Hey, this is your friend in the gospel, Elder A.T. Robinson, here with another video. Today, we just really want to talk about how to deal with difficult people. And I'm going to talk about a few ways you may want to try to use these tips in order to kind of help you along with dealing with difficult people. Because we've all been there, we've all have experienced that at one shape or form in our life. Because as I said before, hurting people, hurt people hurt others. So one thing we want to look at is the first thing. Let's talk about this is avoidance. That's one way you can deal with it. You avoid the people, give space. Avoidance allows you to have a breather, some clear boundaries that are separate. It's kind of separate and go to your corners, allow you to breathe, you to regroup. There's some benefits of that because if you're dealing with a lot of pain and suffering and heat and aggravation and stuff like that, it allows that to subside. The problem with avoidance is it never really deals with the situation per se, but if you use it the right way, it can allow you to regroup and get yourself together. Um, the other way is the opposite, to engage. There's sometimes you have to engage. To engage some things, allow you to set things in order, set right what should be done, what the person should be doing in your life from your perspective. They also have an opinion, but it allows you to kind of clear things out that way to get it off your chest. You feel better. But the issue with engaging is it's really can turn into a battle because you're engaging into the battle, into the conflict. So the conflict is never resolved because you are avoiding it. The other one, the conflict is definitely engaged because you are making sure that you're involved. And sometimes there is no resolution to that conflict. It can continue to burn on if there's not sensible thinking or rational thinking involved. The one that a lot of Christians use, and I use myself, especially during marriage, is called cover. You cover. They say God looks out for fools and babies. And so, sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we do things. We get in arguments. We get in fights. But we have to cover them with love and kindness and forgive people. Um, and so it hurts, it pulls away from you because it requires you to have sacrifice, and most people don't want to do that. Nobody wants to cover anybody's faults. They really want them to stand up for themselves for their faults. But I find out in a marriage relationship, especially being a husband, you're supposed to continue to cover our brides as Christ loved the church, and gave himself for it, which means that no matter if I'm in error or she's in error, I have to make sure I cover us both and bring us back to reconciliation so that I can avoid the situation, even though sometimes there are times she needs to breathe, I need to breathe to regroup, but then really I got to engage. And so really at some point, you want to try to use all three of these if possible. Take a breather, engage, but when you engage, make sure you cover in love and peace. Now, there's a bonus one because sometimes people don't feel like they want to be covered. Sometimes it's hard to be covering somebody who is feeling a certain way. The bonus one is prayer. There's many times that I've dealt with some difficult people in my life, and I don't pray harm on them or ill will towards them. I pray that either one, God teaches me how to deal with them, or two, they begin to soften their heart and be more open-minded to the things that are going on. Prayer changes things. So that is the bonus one, and a lot of times it's my go-to one because I realize that I'm just a human being and I make mistakes just like everybody else, and I'm subject to continue to make some today, tomorrow, and the next day. But if I continue to go to God and have a relationship with God, continue to pray and seek his face, I can find out what I should be doing and where I should be going with my life. So again, you have avoidance. You can use that. You can have the ability to engage the battle. So you can avoid the battle, engage the battle, or you can just cover the battle in love. And when all else fails, when all that comes together, you have to pray. And truthfully, a lot of times the prayer is the one that makes you you may not be feeling like you want to forgive and love somebody, but prayer would say forgive them, let it go, and move on. Listen, if this bless you, go ahead and hit the like button, Share it if you could. I am your friend in the gospel as always, Elder A.T. Robinson. Just want to say hello and drop this nugget in for you. Love you. God bless you. Bye-bye. I'll get used to it.